And we are live again. The world through my eyes, right back at you with another stream. So I'm taking a quick hike through here in the woods, and I am stuffed. I just got done eating a BLT sandwich. I'm sure everyone knows what that is. It's basically just bacon, lettuce, and tomatoes on a sub roll with mayonnaise. So my aunt was nice enough to make that for me for dinner. My aunt is a godsend. She's always willing to help out other family members. So typically, she comes to my house 2 days a week, every week, to help out with my dad. If you're new to the channel, my dad last year had a double lung transplant, and so it's really taken a team effort um, to take care of him for the last year and a half. But he is getting better. But she still comes over to help out and do his laundry and do some cooking around the house. So she's a big help. But um, but yeah, I figured I just come out here. I have to take my fat ass outside and get some exercise. I've put on, I think I've put on 15 pounds in the last year. But anyways, I don't know how long I'm gonna be out here because of the bugs, but I'll do my best. So how is everyone doing on this beautiful Wednesday evening? Well, it's beautiful where I am. I don't know if it's beautiful where you are, um, but it is mid 70s right now, mostly sunny. So this is where I am right now, guys. Just hiking on a nice little trail. And then to the left of me, there's a bike trail right there. But I kind of like walking on this path because it's quieter, less people. And plus, this is a good reason for me to get some exercise because I need it. I see we have someone in the stream. What's going on, whoever you are? What is up? Hi, Ace. Welcome. You're the first one in here. How's your day going? What a beautiful evening. I am doing great. Enjoying the nice weather, getting some exercise. Because God knows I haven't gotten enough exercise lately. Hey, Grizz, welcome to the chat. This is a quick little weeknight hike. Hi, Mob4, welcome. Hi, Grayson. What is everyone up to this evening? Oh, look at this. Looks like there must have been some kids out here making a little fort. Right, guys? That's pretty cool. Oh, nice, Grayson. Yeah, there must have been some kids out here having a little bit of fun. That's cool to know kids still come out here and play, huh? I've hiked this trail before, but it's been an awfully long time, so I don't even remember where it goes. It's been years. But I just remember, like the last time I was on it, it just kept going and going and going and going. There didn't seem to be an end point. Oh, Grizz, you're talking about the World Cup? Yeah, Grayson, I play Minecraft once in a while. I kind of get on one of those kicks once in a while where I'll hop on Minecraft and play for a couple hours. Um, but I primarily play in. I know there's multiple modes on there. I think I usually play in creative mode. I remember I went to play in survival mode, and it's like there's so many things you have to collect and craft and all that stuff. And I just wanted to build things, so I would play in creative mode. Oh, really, Grizz? You know where I got these? Got them at Job Lot, $7. But you know, go to a CVS and they want $5 for a pair of sunglasses, and you can get a similar pair at Job Lot for 7, $8. I think the most expensive pair I saw at Job Lot was $10. Can't go wrong. And if they break, it's no big deal because they're cheap. I do, I do have Instagram, but it's private. Honestly, I don't know how long the trail is. Like I said, I've hiked it before. Um, there's a lot of bugs out here, but I just, as I remember it, it just kept going and going. I don't think it ever reached an end point. I got to keep moving because if I stop, I will get eaten alive. But it's nice and quiet and peaceful out here. Oh wow, look at this drop off. Holy shit. Yeah, Grizz, the thing about um I mean Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming might have bears. Um, but as a whole, in America, there really is no grizzly bears. I think all we have here is black bears. Black bears do exist. We got black bears, coyotes, but coyotes don't really bother full-grown adults. They only go after like little kids. Um, I don't even think we have wolves here. Maybe in Yellowstone National Forest where they reintroduced them, but we don't have much exciting. Um, so this is a gimbal that I'm using, and I bought it off of Amazon. I want to say I paid $80 for it. But it really does help if I'm outside and I want to do a walk and talk like I'm doing now. It holds the phone nice and steady. It's getting kind of wild out here. You know what, guys? I am actually going to turn around and just kind of walk on the street because, as you can see how it's getting right there, and I have shorts on, and I am not in the mood to get poison ivy because I'm sure there's definitely poison ivy in there. But yeah, I would definitely recommend a gimbal. So you can hold the phone in portrait mode and landscape mode. But I find that I like doing the live streams um, in vertical orientation because I feel like more people see it because doing it in vertical mode, if anyone that's scrolling through the shorts can come across it because they're in the shorts feed. Oh, I remember you. Welcome. The red T versus OF. What does that stand for? Yeah, that trail kind of closed off really quick. I mean, you can still walk through there. I would do it if I had jeans on. But like I said, I don't want to get poison ivy. It's not worth the risk. I'll just get onto the street and walk around a couple blocks. Speaking of dens, I could swear I've seen coyote dens out here. But the weird thing is, like, I live in the sticks, and I've never seen a coyote. I've seen a red-tailed fox, but I've never seen a coyote. Yeah, I'd like to take you guys on the bike path, but the thing is, there's so many people walking on it most of the time, and most people don't want to be filmed. So when I come out here, I gotta find places to walk where there's not a lot of people. Maxim, you afraid of bears? An interesting fact about bears is, um, obviously this is easier said than done, but what I hear is with grizzly bears, if you play dead, sometimes you can't survive because they will stop attacking if you play dead. Although, like in that scenario, I think I would try to climb a tree somewhere. I don't think I'd be able to just play dead, but there is a chance you can survive by playing dead, and that the grizzly bear will stop attacking you. But with black bears, the same is not the case. A black bear will not stop attacking you. But the thing with black bears is most of the time, if they see you, they're going to go the other way. It's when you get too close to one of their cubs that they will become territorial. And that's when it becomes a dangerous situation and they will attack. But there has been black bear sightings in this area multiple times. Yeah, they say if you play dead, a grizzly bear in some cases will stop, but it's like, who's playing dead in that scenario? Like, I think like the natural inclination is to try to get away. You know what I mean? If you get a grizzly bear on top of you trying to eat you alive, I mean, I think I would. My natural inclination would be to fight back. Like I said, I think it's one of those things where it's easier said than done. What do you say no to, Grizz? Kind of looks better if I hold it further away. You can see more. I'm gonna have to charge this gimbal when I get back home. I haven't charged it in a while, and I would hate to have it die midstream. Brazil scored. Who's the favorite to win the World Cup? I don't know much, if anything at all, about soccer. I really just watch football, hockey, basketball. I watched some baseball, but I never really got into soccer. Grizz, which soccer team are you rooting for? Who do you want to win it? Kendall Gray, never heard of him. The only two soccer players I've ever heard of is Messi and Ronaldo. That's about it. Goes to show how much I know about the game of soccer. So who's better, Messi or Ronaldo, in your opinion? Ronaldo? Oh, guys, by the way, I'm probably going to be doing a second stream around 7:30. Looking for a way out of here. I might be streaming GTA San Andreas. I want to go back in time a little bit. I'm trying to think about how old I was when that game came out. So we have 2 Ronaldos, no Messi. Ooh, I hear some crows. I wonder if they're feeding on a dead carcass somewhere. See, whenever I walk through tall grass like this, I'm always paranoid of a tick getting on me. That's how a lot of people get ticks on them. Is basically the tick will go to the end of the tall grass, and then when you walk past, they latch onto you. So as soon as I get out of here, I got to check my legs. Last thing you want is Lyme disease. Nope, I look good. All right, guys, we're taking it to the streets. Like I said, I was hoping to hike deeper into the woods, but it got too thickly settled too quick, and I was not dressed appropriately to navigate any further. Well, that's what crows do, man. They find dead carcasses and they eat it. Whenever I see a bunch of crows together, I think about like a scary movie. They're kind of creepy looking. Man, it is beautiful out here. We even got a nice little breeze going on. It's like it's 15 past 6, and it's still at least 75 degrees outside. What are you guys talking about right now? McDonald's? Oh shit. I thought that was a real person for a second. Look at this, guys. I was looking at the chat and then I looked up and I literally thought there was a person standing there for a moment. Man, maybe I should change this to my thumbnail. That really freaked me out. Like out of the corner of my eye, I thought that was some random person chilling out by the mailbox. Grizz, you still in the chat? Were you telling me yesterday that you were moving? Look at these lovely roads, guys. Look at this road. This is what I pay taxes for. This is what I pay my property taxes for roads to look like this. Oh, okay, I see, Grizz. I thought you were like literally like moving into another house. Well, Greece sounds fun. Let me know how it is. See, that would be a cool live stream from Greece. Do it up. You probably get some good viewership on that. I have no idea. All of a sudden, I could hear a bike behind me, and that kid just came whizzing back. This house kind of looks haunted, doesn't it? Yeah, I saw that spam. It was kind of pissing me off. But that house kind of looks haunted. Who's going to the restaurant to get something to eat? What are you talking about, Chris? Dude, I wonder if these people still have goats. So if you can see that green house there, guys, um, there's been cases where I've walked past this house before and I've seen goats walking out of this house. Like they have one of those door flaps, and I've seen goats walk out of this house. You want me to go to the restaurant? I've eaten dinner already, man. I had a BLT. I am stuffed. This is why my fat ass is out here getting some exercise. When I say fat, I'm not really fat, but I weigh more than I used to. I used to weigh 160 and now I weigh 175. All right, hang on, guys. I have to navigate the street here. It's a busy little street. I see 5 people in the chat. What's everyone up to? Grizz, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but who do you want to win the World Cup? What team are you rooting for? I have an iPhone, and I've been using an iPhone for a long time, so I'm very accustomed to the operating system. So I don't really want to switch to Samsung. I am in the Apple ecosystem, and I also have a MacBook Air, so it's easy to sync things from my phone to the laptop because they're both Apple and they communicate well with one another. Grizz, you want whose number? Guys, look how big that house is. Look at this thing. Yeah, we live in two different countries. I think you can buy special plans for your phone. So if you go to another country, you'll still get phone service, no problem. They have like special packages for that, I guess. Yeah, you'll be an adult before you know it, Grizz. Time flies by. All you young kiddos out there, enjoy your childhood. Do not rush to become an adult because becoming an adult is overrated and it comes with a lot of bills. But you will find as you become older and you become a young adult, the older you get, it's been scientifically proven that time goes by faster. But I think it's more than that. I think it's more than just getting older. I think with social media and our cell phones and just the 24/7 news cycle, I think we live in a very anxious world. And I think just being anxious all the time um, influences the relationship we have to time, meaning, I think anxiety speeds up time and makes it seem like time is going by faster. So, if this makes sense, I believe anxiety is stealing our time. And so, what I've done to negate that is I really try to minimize the amount of news that I watch because most of it isn't worth watching. And I've pretty much taken the news and most of politics out of my life because I do not want to worry about things or get anxious over things that I cannot control. But yeah, I really do think like emotions can impact how we experience time. I think fear slows time down, and I think anxiety speeds time up. All right, guys, I'm gonna walk around probably one more block and then I'll call a stream. And then I will be hopping on to play a little bit of GTA San Andreas for my second stream. If you guys care to join. Anyone want to go to church? Well, the red versus OF. You know what's good about being a meteorologist? You can be paid a lot of money to be wrong half the time. So that's a perk. Maxim, you want to be a pilot? Have you ever played Microsoft Flight Simulator? I know a lot of pilots use that game. The red. Why don't you become a meteorologist and then be an artist off to the side? Because I think being a meteorologist would pay much better than being an artist. Being an artist really rarely ever pays. It's kind of a pipe dream. Guys, I've seen some pretty crazy YouTube videos of planes about to take off, and then one of the staff members that work on the plane can basically smell alcohol on the pilot's breath. And then obviously they do the right thing and they notify the police. And there's actually been planes that have had to be grounded because the pilot had been drinking. It's so crazy. I think it's one of those things where, like, in between flights, like the pilot will go to the bar and have a couple of drinks. But I mean, if you're flying a plane, you can't be having drinks. My next stream will probably be in about another hour. I'll be playing some Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I wanted to stream it last night, but because of the 30-minute update, I did not want to do that because it was already like 8:30 at night. Oh, Chris, no, I'm not going to play through the whole game. That would take far too long, but I might play it for like maybe an hour, something like that. Yeah, I believe it. You get paid very well being a pilot. Believe it or not, I find the old Grand Theft Autos to be more of a challenge than the newer ones because they don't have the checkpoints within the mission. So if you're towards the end of the mission and you fail, you have to start at the very beginning of the mission. You know, whereas like GTA 5, if you were towards the end of the mission and you reached a certain checkpoint and you died, you would start off at that checkpoint you died at. But a lot of these old GTA games I find to be much more of a challenge. Thank you. But the thing I would say, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was my favorite game because I really liked the map. They had LA, they had San Francisco, they had Vegas. They had like countryside, forested areas. So it was like a very diverse, interesting map. Yeah, Grizz, I agree. Thank you, man. My ultimate goal is to hit 100,000 someday, but hopefully I hit that before I become a senior citizen. But I've been getting a few subs from doing these streams, so it's helped a little bit. I wish I had a million, but I was actually reading up on different subscriber milestones. So I'm sitting at over 21,000, and I was reading that at that subscriber count, you're in the top 5% of YouTube channels. So it was saying that a lot of people don't ever reach over 20,000 subs. It's very hard to do. Congrats, Grizz. I think I was reading too that 90% of YouTube channels never reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you reach 1,000 subscribers, I think you're in the 10%. But I look up all these random stats because I find them interesting. I like the analytics that YouTube has. Um, I was messing around with the analytics on YouTube, and you can, if you go into the advanced analytics, you can see, I could actually see how many subscribers I get per city. Like it showed me how many subscribers I got from New York. So it has like statistical breakdowns of almost anything you can think of. Oh, that's right, Chris. You said you're on a timeout, right? You got too much copyright. You were saying. Jay, any favorite shows or movies? Uh, for TV shows, I would say Ozark would be my favorite TV series of all time with Jason Bateman. I think he was great. His acting in that TV series was phenomenal. And he also produced that show too. So Jason Bateman, I think he's a genius when it comes to producing and acting. Um, and the impressive thing is, if you read up on his history, he was acting straight out of high school. He never went to college for it. Um, and my favorite movies, I really, really liked Lethal Weapon 1 with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. You might not be familiar with that movie. It came out in 1987, I believe. Oh, nice, Jay. Chainsaw. Do you mean like Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Yeah, Lethal Weapon 1 with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. I love that movie. Oh, I've never seen the Chainsaw Man. I mean, I have a lot of movies that I like. It's so hard to name like a favorite. Finally out of the sun. Whew. But I actually find these days I prefer like a good TV series over a movie because I feel like the movies that are coming out nowadays, um, they don't have the same level of depth or storytelling. Um, and I think TV series have actually gotten better. The thing I like about a good TV series is if you like it, I think the character development in TV series is much better because there's a longer time horizon to really for you to really get to know that character. Whereas a movie, you can only fit so much into like a 2-hour movie. Grizz, as far as like music on YouTube, the only music I will use on YouTube is if I'm doing a shorts video. Um, any music that's available on the YouTube Shorts, you can use on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I have in the past. Yeah, I posted music on YouTube, but only on the shorts where they're available. And then, like, if you're making like long form content and you want to avoid any copyright strike, what you can do is there's actually an audio library within the YouTube app. So any music you find in the YouTube audio library is safe to use on YouTube. Yeah, I know the dog. It, that yeah, I know those people. They have two little dogs, and they bark at everything. That's my gripe when it comes to little dogs. Is like everything is so big to them, so they view everything as a threat, and they bark at anything that moves. It drives me crazy. I don't know. If I were to have a dog, it would be like a big breed, like a Caucasian Shepherd. You ever see those things? I believe it's a Russian dog, but they're absolutely gigantic. Um, but if you own one, like you have to get them as a puppy, and you have to train them right because they're very, very what's the word I'm looking for? They're very confident dogs. Um, so they could easily um, just take over. They're very powerful, strong dogs. So if you don't have control over them, they can be a problem. But yeah, Google Caucasian Shepherd. They're huge. Oh, nice. Yeah, you guys could hear that dog barking, huh? Yeah, it's annoying. Whenever I walk this block, they bark their brains out whenever I walk by. But it's like I don't know. For me, it's like if you're gonna get a dog, get a dog. And a dog to me is a big dog, not one of those little dogs the size of a cat. But I'm the same way with trucks. If you're gonna get a truck, get a truck. Don't get a little Chevy Colorado. Get a full size truck. Interesting fact, guys. This right here used to be a school back in the day. You can still see part of the foundation, and you can see the stairs leading up. Yeah, back in the day, there used to be a school here. Interesting, huh? Oh man, oh man, long day. What do you mean, Mab? What makes you ask that question? I mean, in general, I kind of keep to myself. I know it kind of contradicts itself because I'm on YouTube, but I am just kind of I'm trying to expand my horizons and do things that are uncomfortable. Um, it doesn't bother me as much now, but the first couple of live streams that I did, they were not easy. It's pretty intimidating to go live for the first couple times. Um, because the video goes as it goes. There's no redo, there's no editing. Um, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Matt, but I think there's definitely some things that should be kept private. Like there's certain things that I'm not going to talk about on YouTube. I will only talk about the things I'm willing to put out there. But I think, with YouTube, I think there's something to being vulnerable because other people can relate because we've all been through tough times. Life doesn't take it easy on anyone. Everyone's going to have ups and downs, trials and tribulations. Everyone goes through depression. Everyone has happy times. But the majority of life isn't happy times. A lot of life is spent doing things we don't want to do because we have to make a living. But it's in the free time that you have. Make the most of it. Do things you enjoy doing. Spend time with people in which you enjoy their company. I kind of started YouTube because I also wanted a challenge. When I was looking at some of the statistics and what it took to reach certain milestones and how so few people actually get there, I kind of took it as a challenge. I'm going to go back this way because if I round that corner, I'm going to be going right into the sunlight and I will not be able to see the phone. Welcome back, Jay. Jay, what do you like besides movies and TV shows? You see all this right here, guys? This is called Japanese knotweed. It's actually edible. You can eat it and put it in certain curries. But thing is, this stuff is like invasive. It grows. You can see all of it. It grows everywhere around here, and like you can rip it out by the roots, and then the very next year, it comes back up again. Yeah, it's not weed. It's Japanese knotweed, but it's invasive. It grows everywhere around here. And like I said, even if you pull it up by the weeds, it comes back. I have it in my yard. Shit's so annoying. What's up, Logan? Logan, you must be a 420 fan, right? Red, I'll be streaming GTA later. All right, see you later, Maxim. Feel free to enter the stream later on. Like I said, I'll be streaming probably for about an hour later on, maybe from like 7:30 to 8:30, something like that. Thanks for coming in, though. Appreciate the time. No, I don't have GTA on right now. I got to go home and I have to go home and set up the stream. I don't really play GTA online. I tried the online for GTA 5, but I wasn't crazy about it. I found most of the online people annoying. Man, that sun is still pretty high up in the sky for this time of the evening. You know what I just realized? We already passed the longest daylight of the year back on, I think it was June 21st. So now it's already going back in the other direction where we're starting to lose a little bit of daylight each day. Yeah, man, that's why I don't like playing online. I don't like the way people play. I find people to be incredibly annoying online. I'd rather just play the missions and mess around. I kind of wish Red Dead Redemption 2 would have had a better online. They did have an online mode, but I felt like Rockstar never really put that much effort into it, which was kind of disappointing because I think it had a lot of potential because it was such a good campaign, such a good story. I thought like for the online play for the Red Dead Redemption 2, like it would have been cool if you could have like bought houses and bought land, and they could have made it like much more immersive. Sorry about the phone, guys. The gimbal kind of got out of control. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out and get going on the next stream. So I hope to see some of you guys there. All right, take care.